Dear students, welcome to the part 6 of module 2. This is the continuation of previous part. In the previous lecture, we discussed about naive-Bayes classifier. Naive-Bayes is making naive assumptions about the data. It treats all the features in the dataset are important and independent, and that is true in real-world application. So before we employ naive Bayes in more complex problems, there are some nuances to consider. There are with this naive Bayes category or this naive Bayes situation cannot be applicable for all the cases, but there are some special cases that should be considered. Suppose that we received another message, this time containing all four terms. So here we are mentioning about the same previous example which is related to the spam email classification. In the spam email classification, it says that we are having and we have to treat each of the email messages, and in that particular spam categorization we treat the emails with congrats is having a tendency to be spam. Then we say that in addition to the term congrats, earn, subscribe, money are some of the terms which will be associated with the spam email, and we already seen their frequency and likelihood in the previous lecture. In the previous presentation, the likelihood table as well as the frequency table of this words in this type of words like congratulations, earn, subscribe and money, and their likelihood in spam and ham messages were already seen. Based on that, some calculations are here. So using that previous table, using the naive algorithm as before, we can compute the likelihood of spam. The likelihood of spam can be calculated as, this is already given, probability of congrats in spam into probability of earn in spam into probability of subscribe in spam into probability of word money in spam. So all these things should be multiplied. Since one value is 0, the likelihood of spam is 0. Then the likelihood of harm. Likelihood of harm can be calculated as probability of word congrats in harm multiplied with probability of word earn in harm multiplied with probability of word subscribe in harm multiplied with probability of word money in spam multiplied with the total ham messages in out of 100 messages. So 80 ham messages are there, that is also multiplied. We are getting a value 0.0005. So the probability that a corresponding email is spam, then it can be equal to probability likelihood of spam divided by likelihood of spam plus ham. So likelihood of spam is 0, 0 divided by 0 plus 0.0005. So the answer is 0 itself. Now we will see the probability of harm. Probability of harm can be calculated as likelihood of harm divided by likelihood of spam plus harm. In the previous slide, we seen that likelihood of harm is this value and likelihood of spam is 0. So 0 plus this value. So 0.00005 divided by 0.00005. So the answer is 1. So this result gives the idea that the message is spam with 0% probability and harm with 100% probability. Probability of sum under given subscribe is equal to 0%. In the corresponding calculation, we treat like this: probability of spam given subscribe is equal to 0%. So because probabilities in naive formula are multiplied in a chain, the 0% will give a posterior probability of spam to be 0, giving the word subscribe the ability to effectively nullify and reject all of the other evidence. Since we get a value 0 by 20 in the corresponding calculation, that is why the likelihood of spam will be converted to 0. But this is actually this 0 value is actually neglecting the effect of other words in the spam messages. So this can be treated as a special case. Even if the email was otherwise expected to be spam, the absence of the word subscribe in spam will always affect the other evidence, and it results in the probability of spam is equal to 0. So the thing is that if a new message arrives with all the words like congratulations and money, subscribe, and if we calculate the likelihood of spam, it will be equal to 0, and if we calculate the likelihood of harm, it will be 100%, that is 1, which means that new message is a harm mail. This is somewhat an erroneous situation. This occurred because of the 0 value in subscribe for spam emails. In NameBase, the probabilities are multiplied so that whenever a multiplication with 0 happens, the total probability should be equal to 0. In this, subscribe would nullify all other evidences with the 0 value. That is why probability of spam is equal to 0. We need a solution for this particular situation. Otherwise, the relevance of all other evidences should be nullified by the corresponding subscribe term. So in order to remove the 0 from the likelihood of a particular situation, what the Laplace estimator should do is it adds a small number to each count in the frequency table, so which ensures that each feature is having a non-zero probability. Then typically the Laplace estimator is set to 1, which ensures that each class feature combination is found in the data at least once. So in normal cases, the Laplace estimator or Laplace value is set to 1, which gives the idea that each of the corresponding feature should be appeared at least once in the corresponding situation. So using a Laplace value is equal to 1, which means that we add 1 to each numerator in the likelihood function. The total number of 1 values must also be added to each conditional probability denominator. So in the previous situation, we are having the scenario like this. The probability should be converted. So in each cases, if the previous situation, if it is probability of congrats is equal to 4 by 20. So we add 1 to all the numerators of that particular calculation. 4 should be transferred to 5, and we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4. We are adding 4 ones in the numerator, so that 4 ones should be added to the denominator. So 4 ones means 4 value. So in the previous case, it is 4 by 20. Now it is 5 by 24 because 1 is added to numerator and 4 is added to denominator. Then 10 by 20 is the previous value. Now it becomes 11 by 24. Then 0 by 20 is the next term. So it will be moved to 1 by 24. And 12 by 20 is the next term. It will be converted to 13 by 24 into the probability of spam. So this value should be, we get this particular value as 0.0004. And the likelihood of harm. Likelihood of harm is also treated like this. We have to add 1 value to all the numerators, and we have to add 4 value to the denominator. So 2 by 84 into 15 by 84 into 9 by 84 into 24 by 84, as our previous value is like this. 1 by 80 into 14 by 80 into 8 by 80 into 23 by 80 into 80 by 100. So it will be transformed to 2 by 84 into 15 by 84 into 9 by 84 into 24 by 84 into 80 by 100. So we obtain a likelihood value like this, 0.0001. Now we have to calculate the probability of spam. Likelihood of spam divided by likelihood of harm plus spam. We get 0.8, that is 80%, and in this situation probability of ham is likelihood of ham divided by likelihood of sperm plus ham, we get 20%, which is more acceptable result than the one obtained when the term subscribed alone determined the result. Now we get the probability like this: probability of sperm is 80% and probability of ham is 20%. In the previous situation, if the subscribed value, if one probability value for subscribed is 0, then what we get it, or what we obtained is probability of sperm is equal to 0 and probability of ham is 100%, which is not an acceptable value. But if you are replacing that 0 value with a small value using the Laplace estimator, we get a result like this: probability of sperm is 80% and probability of ham is 20%. This result is much more acceptable than the previous one. Using numeric features with naive Bayes. Using numeric features with naive Bayes, because naive Bayes uses frequency tables to learn the data. Each feature must be categorical in order to create the combination of class and feature values comprising of the matrix. Since numeric features do not have categories of values, the preceding algorithm does not work directly with numeric data. So naive Bayes frequency tables, naive Bayes using frequency tables, naive Bayes is trying to learn the data. Each feature is treated as categorical in order to create combination of class and attribute comprising the matrix. Numeric features do not have any categories. Several different ways to discretize a numeric variable. Most common is to explore the data for natural categories or cut points in the distribution of data. For example, suppose that you added a feature to the sperm dataset that recorded the time of night or the day the email was sent from 0 to 24 hours. So we want to categorize this particular, we have to make, or we have to discretize the numeric data. One way to categorize this particular numeric variable setting is we have to set cut points in the distribution of the data. Now we are having an example. The example is that the time where the email was sent. So the time can be any value from 0 to 24 hours. The time data can be like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, like that, up to 24 is there. So we are having a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 24 bars. We are getting a total of 24 bars. Now what we have to do is, we are not easy to specify, or we are not easy to identify each of these bars. So it is much more difficult to categorize this. We are getting 24 bars. So in order to reduce the number of bars, what we have to do is, we have to discretize these numeric features. That is our topic: discretization or binning. One easy and effective solution is to discretize the numeric features. Here discretization or binning means numbers are put into categories known as bins, and this discretization is called binning, and this method is ideal when large amount of training data is available and a common condition while working with naive Bayes. So what we have to do is, we have to categorize the numbers into different categories known as bins, or discretization is also called as binning. The idea is that if you are having a large amount of data, we have to split up the data based on some condition, and this is applicable in most of the naive Bayes application So in the previous example of email arrival, what we have to do is we are having a total of 24 hours, 0 to 24 hours. In the early hours of morning, message frequency is low, and what we have to do is we have to split up this 24 hours into 4 bins. You have to split up this 24 hours into 4 bins. In the early hours of morning, it can be considered as message frequency is low. The activity picks up during business hours and tapers off in the evening. It creates 4 natural bins of activity as partitioned by the dashed lines, indicating places where the numeric data are divided into levels of a new nominal feature, which could then be used with naive Bayes. So what we did is we split up this particular uh, 24 bins into 4 categories. The early hours 0 to 6, that is the first categorization, that is early hours of morning. Then 6 to 12, which is a business time, and 12 to 18, the evening time. Then 18 to 24, that is the night time. Why we are choosing the 4 bins? It's arbitrary. It's based on natural distribution of data and an assumption about how the proportion of spam might change throughout the day. We might expect that spammers operate in the late hours of the night, or they may operate during the day when people are likely to check their email. So this set to capture these trends, which we could have just as easily used 3 bins or 12. We are having, in the previous situation, we are having a total of 24. Why we are choosing 4? The 4 is an arbitrary number. The idea is that we have to split up the corresponding day night duration into 4 equal parts. The idea is that it is used for capturing the trends where the spammers do with the email messages. So if we are categorizing into 12 bins, that is grouping 2 bin together, it is very difficult to identify on what time the corresponding spammers will operate. So if you are using 3 bins, it is somewhat complicated. But if you are using 4 bins, we get an idea about the splitting up of or the arrival of spam data, because each bin is categorized with 6 hours. So first 6 can be calculated as early morning, 6 to 12 the operating time or business pickup time, then 12 to 6 the afternoon time, then the night time. Likewise, we can be classified. Too few bins can result in important trends being obscured, and too many bins can result in small counts in the naive Bayes frequency table, which can increase the algorithm sensitivity to noise data. So to make numeric features to categories, we have to discretize the numeric data in the form of bins. If you are having large amount of training data, we can use that while working with naive Bayes. Morning email frequency is low, then high in business hours, and in case of night, in evening the frequency is low. It is clearly plotted in the histogram. 4 bins are arbitrary. Less bins means important features should be obscured, and more number of bins means small count in the frequency table, which increases the sensitivity of noise data. Hope you understood the Laplace estimator and discretization of binning in naive Bayes. Thank you.